Hello and welcome back to Rise of Flight for the next installment of my Let's Play here. It's been around about a month since the last one came out. It is now the 31st of October 1915 and this is the diary of a new character here, Klaus Müller. He's our new German pilot because last time Otto Spiegler, I think that was his name, he left for the Bulgarian front. He got himself shot down somewhere over Lille, survived, but now they're shipping him out. And this is who we're going to be playing as on the German side from now on. Let's read our diary entry here. Our unit has been truly blessed this month, with the arrival of several new aircraft. Ernst von Althaus joined FFA 23 at the start of the month, and with him came a second Eindecker to replace the LFG G.II Kampfflugzeug. The enormous battle plane has been nothing but a disappointment to us, but now with two fighters we can reform the Kampfstaffel and continue to establish air superiority in our region. So this plane here, the LFG G.II, was this enormous, I think 4 maybe 5-seater aircraft, early war, back before they kind of recognized the advantages of having a kind of fixed firing machine gun on a single seater. They had these massive aircraft to patrol the skies, but they were, or this particular one wasn't very good. FFA 23 had one Eindecker and one of these. In fact, they got a second one eventually, but both were discarded when they got the second Eindecker. At this point in time, there was no dedicated fighter units, so if you were lucky and you had more than one Eindecker in your unit, you would form a little Kampfstaffel, which I guess means attack squadron or attack squad or something like that. Anyway, not long after, we received the news that our unit had been chosen to conduct frontline testing for a brand new design, the LFG Roland C.II. It arrived just yesterday and it is truly a marvel of German engineering. Its design incorporates many of the lessons learned in the past year of aerial combat, and I've been given the privilege of taking it out for its first flight. Across the lines to the west is an active aerodrome used by the British to conduct reconnaissance around St. Quentin. The new aircraft's quoted performance should allow for a high-altitude bombing mission that should put the British squadron out of action for a while. Okay, so where are we? We are down near St. Quentin. Here it is. This airfield here, Rupi, that was the airfield that FFA 23 was flying from. Had a couple of famous pilots there. One of them we're going to see briefly at the start of this mission before he takes off and does his own thing. We're going across the lines. This is the one we're going for, so we can kind of, looks like a train track. It's between the train track and a road here on the way to, I should have checked the pronunciation. I'm not going to embarrass myself by trying to go for that French town there. Anyway, let's get into the mission. Okay then, here we are in mission. We have our brand new aircraft, the Roland C.II. Off to our right we have a couple of Eindeckers there. The one in the distance is about to be taken off. That was the, what's his name? Ernst von Althaus that we briefly had mentioned in the description, but closer to us is a less, or a more unconventional paint scheme on one of the aircraft there. This is Hans-Joachim Budeck, the third German fighter ace. Though he hasn't achieved that many victories at this point in the war. I think he's only got 2 at the moment. He has already got his aircraft painted in the Ottoman Empire aviation squadrons. We will be looking more at that in the next mission, but for now let's have a look at our brand new aircraft. So I have my controls in the middle here. I have what looks like a throttle. I have no mixture and no radiator either. That seems unusual to me. Okay, I guess we can just, I guess the engine takes care of itself. So we have a very difficult to read. I'm trying to slouch here just to get a look on this altimeter. I'm sitting right down on my seat and I can barely make it out. Okay, well, hopefully the usable stuff is visible just from, okay, no, that's alright. I don't know why I was sitting so high, that was weird. Is this something at the top right there as well? So, I think that's just the ignition. There we have our rev counter, tachometer, is that what you call it? And we have a little clock there as well. By default, this aircraft does not have an altimeter. I can't imagine using it for anything without one of those. Let's look off to our left. We have one final control here telling us our wind speed. I can also check that by looking at the windsock over here. And I happen to know it's a 1 mile an hour wind blowing, looks like it's blowing to the east here. So we're going to be flying off to the west, going into the wind. Let's get started here. Start up our engines. We're going to need to mess with mixtures and radiators. Maybe. Okay, no, it's got itself going. I have a sneaking suspicion we've not got this set up correctly. This would be the first aircraft that has neither a mixture or a radiator control, if that were the case. Very different sounding engine notes as well in this. I'm going to set up a little bit so I'm closer to the mic. I've got a different mic setup now. Before I had a kind of freestanding microphone sitting on my desk. Downside of that was it was picking up all my kind of keyboard inputs, but now I have it on a boom arm. And my original placement for that boom arm had it right in front of where the track IR scanner was going to be. So I've now got this contraption where it's coming over the monitor towards my face. But I don't know how well that's going to record my voice. Anyway, let's get going. We've been sitting here long enough. I can sit this throttle and still not move. Let's go full throttle now. Okay, here we go. I can't see ahead of us here. Let's push down a little bit just so I can get my... There we go. See where I'm going now. And see if it can take off. Whoa, a little bit of weave in there. But I think we are okay. We're off the ground now. Just. We have a bomb load here, so I wonder if that's what's proving difficult. Need to gain some height here, but it feels like we're right on the edge of stalling. Now this aircraft has a really unusual design. It's twin wing biplane, that's the word I'm looking for. But both of them are below the driver's kind of seating position. So there's no wing above you, only two below. It's almost like a triplane with the top wing removed. So the advantages of this gives you excellent visibility above you. It's quite a strong design as well, since the wings are kind of bolted directly to the chassis, fuselage even. Where are we going? Do we have a compass in here? I hope we do, because I'm kind of going to be lost otherwise. Anyway, the downside of this design is it's harder to look around you. Is that a radiator control there? No, it is not. Adjusting the mixture doesn't seem to affect my tachometer either. We're okay here. Don't seem to be gaining the altitude I expected we would. Check my rudders. Stationary here. Where's our aerodrome? I think it's way over there. Oh, there it is. You can see the cables moving here. In fact, look at these massive kind of metal arms here coming through the wings. Okay, so we are back here, and I have found a couple of things about this aircraft that I'm not so keen on. First of all, I have no idea what this thing on the side is here. I can't get a look on it. I hope it is nothing, and I really hope it is not something for measuring our speed, which I think this is what this is for. So it looks as if we're going, what, 130 something? We'll go with miles an hour. I'm trying to think, does Germany use kilometers or miles? Well, this is in meters, so maybe I should do kilometers an hour. We're going to go and set up our bomb sight. Just like the FE2B, this thing seems to have a default stick position of kind of steep climb like this. So this here, even at this is actually probably climbing a little bit, which is pushing forwards on the stick a fair bit. And way. Where's that train track? I can just see the train track down there. That's going to lead us to our target. If I pull up the map, you see where the train crosses the lines. On our side of them, there's like a junction, a couple of junctions. We are to the right of that, approaching that, if I'm not mistaken. I've lost sight of it again. It's difficult to spot things in this aircraft. Train track's just visible on the edge there. Is that another train track joining it? No, it's not. Unrelated dirt path. Okay, we're going to keep heading at this angle. I think our target is way ahead of us there. I'm at 1500. That seems like a good altitude. Once I'm confident I'm heading the right direction, I'm going to start setting up the bomb site. Just looking down there and waiting, really. You can see the train track going across the lines. Is a road now? Hang on a second. Oh, I think the tracks is actually just to the right of this. I'm looking at a road instead. Not a big issue. There it is. The darker line. Maybe I should look at that road actually. It's gonna run out shortly. That's fine. So my speed, 1600, altitude steady at about 1500. So we're going, what, 160 kilometers an hour? That's about 100 miles an hour, I think. I don't know what the bomb site was in, whether it was kilometers or miles. We'll find out shortly. There's those junctions below me. Just out of sight there, but I'm going to follow this one. And it goes away off that direction. Okay, right, I'm going to try and set up the bomb site now. Okay, I can release the stick. The pilot has taken over, so I'm now in the passenger's control. We are heading into the direction of the wind. 1 mile an hour wind. Up there. So I can turn this, so we're going with the wind. No, into is what we're doing. Then I'm going to adjust this, so our speed in kilometers an hour is 160. There we go, and I can direct the pilot here to make maneuvers. If that's where the road ending, I can maybe find the railway in this view. I just noticed at the top of the screen and on the left hand side are two of those, I don't know what you would call them, for measuring things, your kind of level. There's the railway. You can zoom in here. Here's my bomb release, so this is all of them, I think. This is 2 bombs, this is 1. I have 4 bombs on board. And then I can adjust my altitude here, however. So I can go right up to 5 kilometers here, in fact make that 6 kilometers if I add this on as well. What I want to do is let it reset for a second. I'm assuming it's reset, yeah, okay. I was getting worried there, maybe we were like spiraling out of control. Okay, so what we're going to want is this here. However, what I've seen online is that it's a good idea to keep it zeroed. Hang on, there we go. Like so, because it lets you see far ahead of you. You wouldn't normally be able to see that distance. God, that combination of this resetting and that turning to the right there was very disorientating. Okay, so we're now going the right direction. And you'll see, say I was aiming for this point here. Let's go slightly to the left. Okay, more or less. And then I'd go here. And then see, I get more time to prepare it. And then I'd finally make the final adjustments around about here. And then this should be good enough. And then I'd release my bombs. That should be close enough. Oh, look, there's a little camp there. Should be our side, so let's put this back. I can zoom in as well for a closer look. Right, now I'm going to leave this view and hope to God that I'm not spiraling out of control. No, I'm not. Okay. So this is still the AI piloting here. But it gives me a good kind of view. How do you change C? Is it C or T? Let's try it. It's neither. Maybe it's Control T. Control C? Yes, that's right. Okay, here we are, the passenger then. Looks like our default view is staring at our tail here. Nothing really to see. Oh dear, look at that graphic. Certain things are not loaded, it seems, when you're the passenger. Let's go back. I hate how it zooms in every time you switch seat. We're over no man's land, so let's have a look for our target. Hang on, is that the railway there? It is, so we need to... There's the road where it intercepts. Let's bring up our map. Zoom in here. So the one we're going for is just here. And if we're over the lines, we're maybe already lining up to miss it. Damn, I've lost sight of the railway. There it is. Is that where the road joins us as well? I need to slightly adjust my heading here. So I need to make sure I'm lined up with the wind as well. Where is this aerodrome? There it is. Is that it? Yes, and I can see aircraft down there as well. Tiny specks. Okay. I wish we had a compass, but we do not. Maybe I have one in the other view. Okay, we're at the right altitude. We're at more or less the right speed. There's the road I want. See if we can get a peek here. Is that the road I want? No, there's the railway I want. Where's the bigger road further ahead? Yeah, there. Okay, and there's a little village as well. Okay, I just caught a glimpse of the aerodrome as well. Probably not giving ourselves a huge amount of time to get this lined up here. But we should be okay. We're still flying alright. Let's make a gradual turn to the left now. But let's not make a gradual turn, let's make a relatively quick turn here. Okay, here we go. This is near enough the right heading. Let's go into bomb view. Okay, no, hang on. I am not. I'm still in control of the plane here. I've got to hold it. There, I'm sure there's like a control or a button I can press, but it wasn't working when I'm in this seat. It only seems to work when I... Okay, release the controls. There we go. Go slightly to the left here. Okay, there's the town. The aerodrome is just beyond that. Okay, here we go. This is set up correctly. Altitude, wind, into the wind. Haven't got the altitude yet, but that's fine. The aerodrome, there it is, okay. Ever so slightly to the left here. Whoa, 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 why was it going? Now it's just decided last minute not to accept my inputs here. Oh, I see why. Okay. I had right-clicked by mistake a little bit there. Damn, shouldn't make movements like that. Left a bit, please. Ah. Damn. Okay. I played myself there. Missed my chance. I'll have to get them on the way back. That's fine. What happened there? This got caught on the right-hand side. That was really annoying. Okay, but we have our target. We need to follow this road. I'll follow it until we get to the point where the train tracks intercept it. Should be a little bit further up the road here. I feel like things are still okay. Let's go back. Altitude, probably about 1600 actually. So, speed is still correct. I'm really annoyed that that got stuck on the right hand side like that. What happened there? Okay, right, so if you let go outside of the area, it kind of gets locked, so you need to not do that. There's another aerodrome, but it is not our target. Well, you know what? Let's make it our target. Right, we're about 1600 now, aren't we? Okay, let's just drop a single bomb on this. Do we just click? Or do we have to pull it? Let's see. Here we go. And bombs away. Okay, one bomb released. I still have 3 on board. I'm probably not going to see it from this view. There's a town there. Okay. I think over our shoulder here. Is that the railway? Cannot tell. I think it might be. No, it doesn't like me looking like that. Okay, let's do an about turn here. Looks like the bridge or that aerodrome is still in one piece. There's our other one ahead of us though. Okay. Let's get the nose point in the right direction. We're at 1500 meters again. What is the logic, whether it goes into autopilot or not here? We'll need to investigate this. Okay, here we go, right. We need to, oh hang on, I need to see where we're going first of all. And we need to go to the right. Don't do that. Left a bit, please. Left a bit more. I don't remember the road curving like this. Am I on the right heading here? Yes, I am. There it is. Okay. Right. Okay, I think I've got this almost nailed here. Left a little bit. Okay, 1500. Okay, here we go. And 2 bombs, 1 bomb. Okay, seems to have reset here. And we're going to see these explosions. Come on. Hit the targets, hit the targets, hit the targets. Where are the bombs? Oh! Just a little bit too far there, but... Oh, I think I heard them actually hitting the ground there. Let's just do a quick sweep and see if that plane was destroyed there. Because we've got really close. Oh my god, that's disorienting. Let's not turn that much. Jesus, this thing turns a lot more than I'm used to. Because now I can't even... I need to turn on our side without losing control. We might need to go for another bombing mission later. But you know what? That is enough for now. We got close, but not quite on target there. I thought just landing, exploding them next to the planes would have been enough, but apparently you need to be a bit more precise with the smaller bombs we were carrying. Maybe if I had larger bombs, I would have had more luck there. We need to make our way back across the lines now. I'm going to skip ahead to when we're landing. This will be our first time landing this aircraft. Hopefully things will go smoothly. Now that our airfield is coming back into view, though it's not that one, it's actually one in the distance over there. There it is. Start talking about the plane because I haven't done so beforehand. So the Roland C.II is the C.II.A in the game, which I think was just a later development. I seem to remember reading that the C.II.A just added a second machine gun, but it appears we only have one at the moment, so maybe I'm either mistaken in that or the game is actually just a regular C.II. Anyway, yeah, it was ahead of its time. It was kind of, they were starting to learn aerodynamics and the concept of making things more kind of slipstream to make them go faster and handle better. Very sturdy airframe. A lot of them built, well, compared to other planes coming out around about the same time. First flight in October of 1915. I couldn't find an exact date for it, but I imagine that would have been somewhere in Germany. Much like the DH2 though, they would have sent it, well, I mean I say they would have, as if I know. I expect they would have sent it for frontline trials, which is what I'm kind of modelling this mission on. I just put it as the last day of October, just as a random guess. Fairly confident that's our airfield here. Oh yeah, I can just see a tiny red pixel for the windsock there. We are going quite fast. This is the fastest plane we've flown yet. What have we done? We've done the Fokker in various guises, whether it's Pfalz, Moran Solnier. We've done the 2 Sikorskis. We've done the FA-2B and the DH2 pusher aircraft, so they're not even as fast as the Fokker. This is definitely the fastest thing we've yet used, though I wish we had the speed for the Mine-Decker. We'll be using that in the next mission. Maybe I'll put the one of these things on. I think it's called a nanometer. That could be a mistake on my part. It's just the best way to land at this place. Okay, head towards that big group of trees over there and then turn around, come straight at it. I think it's a light wind blowing off towards the town of Ruby here. It seems as if when we were stationary on the ground as well, I had throttled more than halfway, or let's just say half, and we weren't even moving, so I want to slowly start scaling that back now, just to see where we can comfortably fly at. We know that for the first 5 minutes of this mission I had my nose pointed way high unnecessarily. There we go, scrubbed off some speed there. Lost sight of the airfield, there it is. A couple of planes and trucks and stuff, I forgot I parked them down there. These dual wings really obscure your vision when you're on the ground. You're pointed like right up at the sky. It's difficult to see ahead. I am a bit frustrated that I didn't get any satisfying explosions, but like those bombs were definitely close enough to do shrapnel damage to the fragile aircraft of the day, all made of fabric and bits of wood. This plane here, I think it was revolutionary actually. I think it had like an aluminium shell, maybe I'm mistaken. This looks wooden to me. Ah well. I'll read a little bit more about it before we come back and start flying it more on the regular in 1916. I'm so looking forward to being done with creating my own missions, because it is so time consuming and they are so bare bones that I really want to get Pat Wilson's campaign generator going. I think I'm only going to do, well, I have 2 more missions built, which will be in the next 2 days. And then I have a trio of missions I'm going to do in December, each one focusing on a brand new aircraft that was having its first flight at that point in time. Now we'll get a little army camp down below us here. Did I put the speed back up again? Let's drop off the throttle a little bit more here. Hopefully without dropping out of the sky. Go to low pass, give the ground troops something to wave at. Hopefully without putting it in a tree. Trees are all orange now, I've changed it to autumn. Terrain here is a little bit bumpier and we're going quite fast still. I want to dive. Let's scale it back a bit more. I don't know how landing this thing is going to be. I better get ready actually with my feet on the rudder, just in case. With a throttle like this, not a rotary, it's going to be fairly easy to taxi in, so... hang on a second. There's a big dip in the round here. So many airfields in this part of the map. This is kind of the point of most fighting, maybe, between France and Germany. There were British planes around. I think most of them were flying B-2Cs, though. Oh, I think I just touched down. Oh, hang on. There's a bit of a hill there. I am still a distance from the aerodrome. It just looked flatter than it actually was. Okay, coming in now. Here we go. Okay, completely off the throttle. Let's put just a touch so we don't spin. Keep the rear off the ground. Rudder, keep it going straight, and then once we're on the ground, we can pull back. Okay, and there's a safe touchdown, so it wasn't too difficult to land at all here. I can't see with the blooming, what's it called here in front of me, sun. Let's go forward a little bit here. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, I wasn't as close to this truck as I was afraid. Don't want to go into Budek's plane either. I can't see where I'm going, so I should probably let the ground crew wheel me in the last little bit. I just got a glimpse of his plane there over the wing, but I can't sit up high enough to get a look. Anyway, that is us done with our first mission back in Rise of Flight after a month. I did check, there was no radiator and there was no mixture control, so very simple plane to fly, very fast plane. Doesn't climb so well, I don't think. Maybe that was just because we were carrying bombs and not used to that. But it felt like it had a lot more performance, at least in the speed department. And landing wasn't too challenging either. Alright, tomorrow I will be back then for another mission from this same character here. what's his name? Klaus Muller, that's what I called him. And we're going to be flying one of those Eindeckers there. We're going to go on an offensive patrol, because I mentioned at the end of the last mission, not this one, but the one before, we have had a single dogfight in 10 plus missions. We need to correct that, and hopefully not get shot down this time. Anyway, if you enjoyed this mission, join me again tomorrow for some more. Thanks for watching.